Welcome back to the channel, guys. Kerrod here in the studio at Joondalup Resort. In this video, I'm going to help those of you who are getting stuck in impact and your body just faces the ball too much. If you watch any of the guys on tour, you'll see a lot of body rotation through impact. This really ups your speed. It's going to give you more distance, and I'm going to show you a great drill on how to achieve it. Let's get into it. Now, one of the big differences that we see between the recreational golfer and the professional is the amount in which their body rotates through the golf swing. Not only in the backswing, but coming down into impact, and then also in the follow through. Now, relative to body limitations, this is something that is also based on the sequence of your golf swing, negating if there's any physical issues that are restricting you to do so. But if you go and get a physical screen and your physio says, well, there's no real reason why you're not able to rotate efficiently through the golf ball, and it's simply just a technique error that's causing you to get stuck at impact and get your body standing up with no rotation. Well, assuming that your club face and your grip and your wrist is in order to allow you to do this, I'm going to give you a great exercise to sync your arms and body up and give you some more body rotation through impact, which is going to make your life a lot easier on the golf course. So what we're going to use today is half an alignment stick. So I've just chopped this little one in half, and it's very important that you only kind of get about half the size of a full length. The reason being is we're actually just going to put this underneath our trail armpit in this position here. And this is going to give us a reference for where our lead arm goes to our backswing, and also encourage a lot more of that rotation in the follow through. So the best way to show you how this drill would work, if I show you first of all an example with this stick placed parallel to the ground underneath my armpit, of what it would look like if I was a golfer who was getting stuck at the moment of impact with my body facing the ball too much and no rotation. So from this setup position here, if I was a player who swung to the top and let's say my lead arm crashed into this stick, or even if it just kept going past the point in which it first made contact, we would generally see that as players come into the ball, assuming the fact that you've got the club shaft and the club face in order, we'll see a lot of players get down to the ball and their body, their upper body and their lower body would be simply facing the golf ball like this. You would see that the lead arm would come off the stick, they would bunch up and they would get into this sort of position here, where their arms are folded up and their body has stood up. Stand and deliver as such. So as we get back to the golf ball, starting off, we're going to use this stick as a reference for our lead arm on when it touches it for the top of the backswing. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to get the feeling of keeping that lead arm staying on the stick as we rotate our body as hard as we can through the golf ball towards the target. Okay, so let's see it in action. Once again, the stick is just placed underneath the armpit, parallel to the ground. I'm going to get into my posture. For this exercise, just use a wedge. And the reason being is I like to see you more down over the golf ball when you're doing an exercise such as this. And it's a lot easier to try and get the feeling without worrying too much about the outcome. So from the address position, I'm going to set up. I'm going to make my backswing. As soon as I feel my lead arm touch this stick, I'm going to stop. Now from here, your objective is to keep your lead arm on that stick for as long as you can as you push hard down into your left foot and turn your body towards the target as much as you possibly can. So you stand in there, make a couple of practice swings, get to the top, lead arm touches the stick, keep it in contact for as long as you can, push hard down in the lead foot, feel like the chest and the hips are facing towards the target, and make sure, this is especially important, that make sure that you're making contact with the ground when you're doing this exercise. Once you've got that feeling, step into the golf ball. We're going to swing to the top, lead arm touches the stick, keep it in contact, turn as hard as you can through the golf ball. Now, if you were to freeze frame me doing that at the moment of impact, if this was the image of an average recreational golfer, you would see that the lead arm was staying on that stick as my body was pushing forward, rotating. You can see my hips are more open, my chest is more open, and that gives me far more freedom to swing out towards the target, uninhibited by the fact that my body was getting caught, stuck, and facing the ball. So really good exercise, very simple. Put the stick underneath your right arm. If you're struggling with rotation, swing to the top, get it in contact, push down with the lead foot, rotate as hard as you can, and you'll find that you just get a lot more freedom through the golf ball, and it gives you a much better ability and feeling of how to create some efficient speed as your club works into impact. So if you're struggling with rotation coming into the ball, assuming that your grip and your shaft is in order, this is a fantastic exercise to give you the sensation of how to create more rotation through the ball and sync up what your body and arms are doing and help you hit better shots as a result. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please go down below, click subscribe, click that little bell so you get notified of all the upcoming content just like this. But until next time, I'm Kerrod. Thanks for watching.